Welcome. Today we're going to discuss the technique destructive twins, its execution, some of the things that can go wrong during its execution, ways to compensate or fix those issues. So let's talk about the attack. So this is of a two-hand lapel grab pulling you forward. We have techniques where they push, techniques where they just stand still and they're grabbing you. This is a pull. So as they pull, first thing we're going to do is establish our base, and then we're going to do a double punch. So a thing that can go wrong here with the double punch is your rotation. So I'll do it facing the camera. I try to shift to a forward bow so I can reach with the left hand, but that pulls away my right hand. Okay? The idea is I want to go to my neutral bow so that both hands get into a line. I want one on top of the other, and I want them, so if you look on the side, they should be one on top of the other. So you want to be on your side. And this gives you good stability. So as he pulls, we're doing purposeful compliance with purposeful aggression. So I want to hit to the bridge of the nose, and I want to hit to the bladder. A thing that can go wrong here is unanchoring your elbows and shifting your alignments. You want to make sure these are straight. If you needed to, you can easily turn this into heel pumps, but we're going to stick to the ideal face, and we're doing the punches. Make sure you're hitting with the knuckles, not the fingers. So one more time, he grabs, he pulls, I comply, I go with him, and I do aggression. Sometimes the best defense is a strong offense. So the next thing we're going to do is clear these arms. So the idea here when we do the punches is to cancel his depth. So I want to start straightening out his arms, right? It's like if you're doing long kimono to the guy who anchors his elbow. You're never going to do long kimono. You got to straighten out their arm to do long kimono. This is the same concept. He's got me grabbed. I want to basically stretch him out so I can straighten out the arm so I can move them off. So a thing that can go wrong here is you try to snake your arms under, and I'm using my weak arm against both of his arms to try to clear this. That's not going to work. So what I want to do is use my body to aid my arms. I'm going to move one arm out of the way so I can clear the other one out of the way. So the idea from here, since my left hand's on top, I'm going to cheat step to the side so I can use gravity to drop this hand. So it's not my arm pulling his arm down, it's my body moving his arm. At the same time, but again, slightly off timing, as this hits, I'm now moving this across from my body. From there, I'm going to pick up the check, because remember the rule, when we're outside the arm, I want to be at or above the elbow, so I immediately pick up that check. So one more time, do it again. He grabs, I step forward into my neutral bow, double hit, don't snap these are thrusts. Remember, I want to cancel his depth. And the reason you're hitting with both of them at the same time is I don't want to start pushing one end and getting the other one. I want him to completely go back on his depth. Cheat step, just a small step to the side as I drop my weight on this arm with my left and clear the other arm with my right. Pick up the check so you're outside the elbow. So a lot of times you'll also see people try to do this and then they add the torque for the clear. You might need to do that if you weren't able to clear the arms. But keep in mind that that's giving away all the torque for the following maneuver, which is an eye poke, so you may not need it, but I might need to do a heel pump or move on to something else, and I might need it. So to try to compensate, try not to give up the rotation for the block, use it for the following maneuver. Also, using this rotation is setting up my final maneuver, which is for the strike, so now I get the full rotation for my last shot. Let's switch sides. So if you notice from here, we're doing a straight punch. This is taken directly from long three. If we were a lot closer, I could easily do a hook or an uppercut or even a vertical punch. It doesn't matter. The idea is I'm going for those floating ribs. So ideal face, we're doing the straight punch, but you could easily do a closer weapon if you needed to. So keep in mind, this is basically geared to destruction, but to the outside of the arm. So we're pulling and hitting. So one more time, quick walkthrough. He grabs. I'm going to step forward with my double punch, stay in my neutral bow, keep the alignment, one hand on top of the other. Remember, we're trying to cancel the depth. We're being purposeful aggression and purposeful compliance. I'm going to clear the arms, 1, 2, not 1 with 2. As I take a cheat step and use gravity to drop. Get the arm above the elbow, shift my rotation to his face. Now I pull back as I settle and turn. And again, this could be any punch that you want to do, but we're sticking to the ideal face. And I want to try to keep this as close as I can to my body so it's not laying around and I eat the elbow. So keep it anchored, get the punch, and then cover out if you choose. One more time without the explanation. We'll go back to the original side. We hope this video helps you. Thank you very much.